Hey everyone, DJ Mike again. This is part 2 of prices. How do you price your services? Okay. If you didn't watch part 1, go back and watch it because you're going to be lost. Okay. So we already talked about demographics. Okay. We were in the middle of talking about. We already talked about demographics, and we've already talked about experience. Okay. We were all talking about services. What can you offer the client to get more money? Okay. We talked about, uplighting, speakers. Okay. Another thing that you can do is a video. Not taking video, but showing music videos. Shots of the crowd, stuff like that. Projector, screen, stuff like that. Okay, that's another service that you can do. Now, right now, I don't do that. I've rented. I borrowed a projector and a screen once before for a client that did a slideshow, and that's just one of the things that I'm willing to do for my clients is do a little extra. But I am going to be doing the video, the projector screens and all that. I just don't know when. But that is one of the services that you can offer. Another service that you can offer is selling, little novelty items like glow sticks for any time that it's dealing with a school, or kids, bar mitzvahs, whatever. Do the glow sticks. Now, I personally don't do that. I just never got into it. I don't know why. I just never got into it. I mean, I've thought about it, but I just haven't. But, so, find additional services. Come up with your own. If you are able to add photography, videographer services, that's another way to get more money. Okay. The last thing that I'm going to talk about is it's pretty simple, and it comes down to selling yourself. I'm not talking about selling your soul or anything like that, guys. What I'm talking about is when you're talking to a client on the phone, is to sell yourself. Be confident. Okay. If they sit there and say, "Hey, I'm looking for a DJ to DJ my wedding. What do you charge?" Don't sit there and say, "Well, I've only been in business for, a year. Really not, I really haven't done any weddings." Don't say that, okay? It's not that you're lying to them, but if they ask you, "How long have you been in business? How many weddings you've done?" Tell them the truth, okay? But don't offer that information without them asking, okay? They call up, "Hey, I'm looking for a DJ for my wedding. How much do you charge?" So say, well, tell me what you're looking for. Are you looking for someone who can do MCing work? Are you looking for someone that just comes and just pushes play? You want someone to motivate your crowd? Something along those lines, okay? When you start asking that, then they think that you're experienced enough because you're asking those questions. That right there will sit there and say, "All right, well, he knows what he's doing." Then you have a better chance of getting more money. Okay? Not saying that this is going to definitely work because it goes, your other factors, that we discussed previously play into it. So, have confidence when you talk to a client. Okay? So, we talked about demographics. We talked about experience. We talked about what you can offer. We talked about selling yourself. With those 4 things will help you. I'm not guaranteeing that it will work, but it will help you to get more money. Okay? So, with the services, have professional equipment. Don't go with your home stereo system. Okay? So, and I do take my iPod with me, just in case. But since I've gone computerized, I really don't need it. So, iPods, as a backup. I mean, DJ Cyro experienced it the other day. He had it good thing he had his iPod. But anyways, so those are tips to get you, more money. Okay. An additional about to help you get more money is dress professionally. Don't go out with shorts and a t-shirt, and expect to get a large amount of money. For formal events, I go out in a tux. Or I don't go out, I change after I get set up and all, but if it's a formal event, I dress in a formal attire. So, but anyways, now I bet you're wondering how much I get. Okay, my prices kind of vary. It depends on what they're looking for. We're going to talk about anything other than weddings first. Okay, I don't want to send people into shock, but when it comes to birthday parties, doesn't matter the age, non-prom school functions, stuff along those lines, anniversaries, class reunions, family reunions. My prices kind of bounce around. Like I said, it just depends on what they're looking for. I can go anywhere from $375 to $700. Very easily, depending on what they're wanting. More money means I do more. More lighting. Excuse me. I shouldn't have had Frito Pie. But anyways, more money. More equipment. I have to take out more money. So that covers birthday parties, school functions, other than prom. Well, proms. $500, $700, and I only do really one package for them, and that's my entire setup, which I will be filming this school year. I do 3 schools, so 2 of them I don't. This is going to be my 2nd year doing it. The other one is going to be my 3rd. So, but as far as weddings, I started around $1,000, and I go up from there. I've been quoting $1,200–$1,300 right now for events for next year, because you got to add money for gas. With how much money it takes to fill up a tank of gas right now, it's outrageous. The only good thing is right now it's lower than what it's been. But you have to add in, a little bit of extra, because you have to, pay for gas and all that. So that's what I do. I have 4 really packages, and it goes from one where it's just speakers, no lights. Now, I don't charge extra for if I need to bring out a smaller speaker setup or my larger speaker setup. It's kind of, some people are going to sit there and say I'm crazy, but I match the sound to the room. I started in sound, and that's just where I've been. Then I go from that to it's called my basic setup, which is speakers and then par cans. It's 8 par cans, and then from there I have what's called an upgrade, which is the basic setup plus I add 2 moving head, not moving head. I wish I had moving heads. Scanners, intelligent lights. And then my last package is my deluxe, and that has all 8 par cans and then 4 scanners. And since I got my quad gym, then that's added into it. And it has fog. Well, it's actually haze. I don't use actual fog, but haze and bubbles. And bubbles I normally do for like weddings, for like first dance and all that. So there's my packages, my prices, how to get more money. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this because it's our altogether 20 minutes. So I hope that answered everyone's questions. If you have any more, just let me know, and we'll talk to you later. Alright, for now, practice and enjoy.